The desert is such a peaceful place. It's amazing what you can see out here. Many of the animals can be friendly, while others can be a little cantankerous. Speaking of which, some of the most mean, asinine, and obstinate animals are the haters. They have a brain the size of a pea, which may explain why they believe liars and dishonest asswipes. They are lonely, desperate animals that wander the desert in search of attention. It's a sad situation, but alas, that is their lot in life. They are rather large animals, which the indigenous people call the old biddies, with big titties. The locals avoid them at all costs, as they've had to resort to locking their refrigerators and freezers with chains. Since these animals have no real sense of right and wrong, are governed solely by their fleshly desires, and operate completely devoid of any semblance of common sense. The locals can take no chances with these mighty munchers. Oftentimes they operate in groups, as they do not have enough sense to think on their own. They think as a group, function as a group, and because they are a group, they take up a hell of a lot of room. They rumble through the desert, shaking the ground as they go. In fact, we see one of the hater groups coming into the area now. This herd of thunder thighs will trample you underfoot without batting an A, as they have no qualms about attacking innocent people who have done them no wrong. They are brainless, clueless, and complete turd heads. That's putting it mildly, to say the least. The hater animals more often than not follow a male pachyderm. However, many times the male will follow rather than lead the other haters, just so it can sample the tasty morsels the others leave behind. That gives a new meaning to the old phrase, "You are what you eat." It's also a fact that it's almost impossible to not talk shit after you've been eating it all day. And subsequently, the other brainless hater animals follow suit. If they could keep from being trampled, a breath mint salesperson could make a fortune just selling to this group. If you ever find yourself stranded in the desert, the best course of action is to find a high vantage point where you can keep an eye out for the haters. This is for two reasons. The first reason is that the higher the vantage point, the better you can see them coming from a long distance. The second reason is that they are too out of shape and lazy to traverse any really steep hills or do anything that takes any real effort. It takes no effort to be a brainless idiot, so a higher elevation should keep you out of harm's way. We hope these tips and warnings have been helpful, and may your next excursion through the desert be safe, also a pleasant experience.